Thanks again for being here. Our featured speaker tonight is also in attendance, and he was named the College National Player of the Year in 2000. Kenyon Martin was a first-team All-American at the University of Cincinnati. The New Jersey Nets selected Martin with the first overall pick in the 2000 NBA draft, and the power forward made the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 2001 and was named an NBA All-Star in 2004. Martin played 15 years in the NBA with 5 teams, averaging 12.3 points per game and 6.8 rebounds per game during his career. Please join us in welcoming Kenyon Martin to the stage.
Excuse me. How's everyone doing this evening? Thanks for having me out first and foremost. Let's give another round of applause for Ava and her family, please. For y'all who don't know, I'm Kenyon Martin. Thanks for Stanford for having me out, man. It's a great accomplishment for me to be here. Couldn't imagine that I would be here speaking in front of you guys. Never thought in a million years, but thank you very much. I grew up in Dallas, single-parent household, single mother. Was raised with a older sister. She was 3 years older than myself. She helped my mom raise me. Went to 3 different high schools. Started playing basketball when I was 10 years old. Didn't get into it before then. Didn't have any interest really at playing competitively or organized basketball or whatnot. I got in trouble one day, got in a fight at school, and just being a mischievous kid. And my mom took me to the gym one day and told me I was going to do something besides get in trouble. And she dropped me off at the gym. And 31 years later, here you go. I battled stuttering growing up as a kid. I was teased a lot. My child class participation suffered because of that. Tease other kids from not being normal in their eyes, not being a normal kid because I stuttered. Got teased a lot, so I had to defend myself a lot in the neighborhoods that I grew up. So that led to little mischievous things, a lot of fights along the way. Not proud of it, but I think it made me into the person who I am today. It made me stand up for myself. It made me develop tough skin, made me develop not really caring what people have to say. So with that translated in me taking that anger or frustration or whatever you may have it onto the court. And people wonder why I play the game the way I did. And it was because of that. It was because of the stuttering. It was because of the getting teased. It was because of all the things that was going on in my childhood. That's why I approached the game the way I did. And it worked out for me. Basketball was a way out. It was an outlet, along with football and baseball, but basketball was the constant in my life. It helped me express who I was. It let me go out there and just be me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys experienced that as well. You know, you might be going through some things in your life, good or bad, but basketball lets you just be you, let you express yourself, let you come out and just play, and just be that free spirit. Because the game of basketball is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy it. And that's what allowed me to be the person who I thought I was coming up, and for me to be the kid who everybody looked at as, which I didn't know at the time, who had potential, which was huge. I didn't learn that till later on, that people looked at me as that way. I just thought I was a normal kid growing up around other normal kids that loved the game of basketball. But it worked out for me. I thank my mom to this day for dropping me off, because without her, none of this would have been possible. You know, she raised me and my sister. She did the best job she could, keeping me out of trouble, which I think I did for the most part. Avoid the big trouble. I was mischievous, of course, like most kids. Get on your parents' nerves, do the things that most kids do. But I think she did a great job raising me and my sister. So my hat goes off to her. So basketball has taken me many, many places. And one of the first places that basketball took me to when I was 12 years old was Helsinki, Finland. Went there, I grew up playing, most kids play at the Boys and Girls Club growing up. I played at the Salvation Army at the time. It was our local neighborhood rec where we could go play. And they were putting an all-star team together of 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds, and we had to try out. So I was able to make the cut of the 12-year-old team, and I was able to go to Helsinki, Finland, which was a big deal around our neighborhood. Like, nobody had really been out of the neighborhood, and to say you was going to Helsinki, Finland, like, it was a big deal. We went to the mayor's office. They made a big press, so it was huge. And that was my kind of my eye-opening experience with basketball. Like, that basketball is going on all over the world, not just here. You know, people are, and not just playing, they're good at it. You know, so basketball opened my eyes to that at an early age, and knowing that not just myself, but people that looked way different than I did, spoke different languages than I did, but the common thing in this was basketball, and we all came together, and it was a great thing. And a few years after that, we had a local, it was a local tournament for us, but it was a national tournament for a lot of people. We had teams from Puerto Rico and Indiana and all that come and play at our local neighborhood gym. So that'd be like guys coming to Sioux Falls and coming to play. From different countries, from Helsinki and Puerto Rico and different places. That would be, so it was a huge deal. And for us to win that national tournament, once again, basketball showed me that other people play it, but it's very important to a lot of people. And for that, it was a huge deal. And not being, like, I wasn't the most gifted person growing up. I use this one if y'all don't mind. Here we go. I got it, I think it's on now. Well, we'll stay here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm in a cage, and this light right here is, so I would like to move around a little bit. Oh, there we have it. So thank you. Yeah, so I can get out the way of that. I can move around a little bit. You can see I still stutter to this day, so I get nervous in front of people, but you guys are family now, so I think I'm calming down. So, but that said, so my high school career started at the neighborhood school that I was at, and the coach at the time had a reputation of it was maybe 17, 18 guys on the varsity team, and the substitution pattern was crazy, so I didn't want to deal with that. So I transferred schools, went to another school my sophomore year, and it was a private school where education was put first. And where I grew up and the things that I was experiencing up to that point, education wasn't put before sports. So with that said, I struggled with the education part, so therefore I wasn't really allowed to play. Once again, basketball taught me another life lesson that school was more important than basketball. So with that said, I had that situation my sophomore year, so I told you guys earlier, I went to 3 different high schools. So once again, I'm on the move, trying to find a comfortable situation for basketball and school, but like in my mind, in my 16, 17-year-old mind, basketball is the most important thing going on. Found a school to go to, was able to come in and start right away on a new team. We're playing well, and in playoffs is getting ready to start. I'm pretty sure you guys just getting ready to done the playoffs around here. And my grades are okay, but not the best. So like I said, I was raised by my mom and my sister, and at the time I was living with my sister. She was my legal guardian at the time. And English class, I had a D. And I don't know, out here, D's you can't play. I don't know if it's the same thing around here, but in Texas, you get a D, you can't play. So the English teacher was going to give me extra credit in order to help me play in the playoffs. So, but she wanted to have a parent-teacher conference. So my sister goes to the school, and they sit down, and I'm in the hall. My sister comes out, and she just leaves. I'm thinking everything's okay. I'm going to get the extra credit. No extra credit. So with no extra credit, no basketball. So her and my sister made the decision that day that they wasn't going to give me the extra work I needed to play. So it was a hard lesson learned. I had to sit in the stands and watch my team lose in the playoffs. So once again, life lesson learned, basketball, that I had to do whatever I had to, that I wasn't doing what I had to do in order to play. And they wasn't going to baby me and benefited me for that. You know, I didn't do the work, so I don't get to play. So, which I didn't like it at the time, but I had to respect it and understand it. So come around my senior year, I was hell-bent on not letting that happen again. So I went above and beyond to make sure that that never happened again, and I was getting recruited, but not highly recruited because of my grades. My grades was okay, but not the best. So with that said, a lot of schools backed off. A lot of colleges, the Kentuckys, the UConns, a lot of the schools backed off because I didn't have my test score, which I understood. Didn't like it, but I understood. So the University of Cincinnati, Bob Huggins, the only person that really stuck in there and kept recruiting me and didn't waver in the process of recruiting me. And I was able to graduate. I got my act together my senior year, which wasn't the easiest task, but I did it. My second semester of my senior year, I had 3 English classes, had economics. I had all kind of stuff going on. So, for my own doings, for not me doing my schoolwork, for my own doings. And was able to have Bob Huggins stick by me. And he believed in me, believed in my ability, came in my house and told me an honest conversation, like, I'm not promising anything but a hard time in a pair of tennis shoes. And that attracted me. Like, didn't promise me, like, you're not playing this, you're not doing that, but this is what I can offer you, and I'm going to help you get better. And that drove me to the University of Cincinnati. And coming in as a freshman, I got All-Americans on the team, seniors and all that, so I really didn't play a lot as a freshman. For other reasons, ACT scores and things like that, where I didn't get eligible until my freshman year. My freshman year, I learned I told this story earlier to Paul, that I found out I was eligible at the University of Cincinnati my freshman year on my birthday, which is in December, so that was a huge deal. So I was able to play my freshman year, played a little bit, played a little bit my sophomore year. I started, and that year I realized I could play a little bit. Had a few good games as a sophomore. Junior year come around, even better. Inquired about the NBA after my junior year. Had played a few good games. So the synopsis was that I need to work on my offensive game. Good, but you need to work. So I worked, and I worked, and I worked, and I got invited to go to Spain, World University Games, USA Basketball. And how these camps go, they bring you in. They have certain guys who they want to make the team, certain guys who they want to bring in to fill a roster just so they can have enough bodies in case somebody get hurt or whatever. I was an extra. Like a movie, I was the extra. I come in and I make the first cut. They make cuts, I make the first cut. Because I've only known one way to play basketball, and that's hard and aggressive and don't care about anything else. So that kind of stands out to people. So I was able to make the first cut. We go to Dayton. After Colorado Springs, we go to Dayton. I make the second cut. we're on to something. But so it's supposed to have been the best players in college basketball that was on this team at the time. We go to Spain, and I lead that team in scoring and rebounding, which I was supposed to have been the extra. So that was kind of a big deal at the time. So to let me, and once again, basketball, another life lesson that I've put the work in up to this point, that I can play with these guys, that I think I'm okay. I can play with these guys now. So I get back to Cincinnati, and every day I'm in the gym, weight room, in the gym, weight room. Come around my senior year, got a decent name, senior year start, I'm on a tear. Pretty good team, we're the #1 team in the country, not just because of me, but we got a couple other good players on the team, we're the #1 team in the country. Everything's going according to plans. A few good games throughout the year. Around March of 2000, Conference USA tournament, first game against St. Louis. I tear the ligaments in my ankle and break my leg. We're the #1 team in the country. I'm the best player in the country. They call it Black Thursday in Cincinnati. Yeah, that's not a good thing. We were expecting to win the national championship that year. So that was devastating. I put all that work in up to that point. Things were looking up, then just another setback. So I wasn't, people ask me to this day, like what was going through my mind at the time, and my thought process was just not now. Like I didn't know if I didn't care about the injury, or I just like not now. Like all the work, like now. I just kept repeating the same thing, and coach was like, Ken, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And I'm just like, man, not now. Like, really? I'm just looking at my leg and I ain't got no control over it, and I'm just like now? Like, this is how it's going in, like right now. So they get to take me in the back, and people were amazed. I go to the hospital and I come back and I tell the doctors, hurry up, I'm trying to go support my guys. So I go back to the arena. We just, like I said, we played St. Louis that day, and 3 days prior, we had just beat St. Louis about 40 on senior day. I played, beat them about 40. We lose to St. Louis, we get a #2 seed. Tournament's going on now. We get a 2 seed, we lose. My college career is over. Now the question is draft status. Man, I'm coming off an injury, didn't get to play in the tournament, questions start. Is he going to play the same? Is he going to jump the same? Is he going to be this? Is he okay, let's get it. Draft come around, New Jersey Nets have the #1 pick, and I was able to, I guess I convinced people during the process that I was still okay enough to play. And I was able to be the #1 pick by the New Jersey Nets, which to this day I think is the best day of my life, besides the birth of my kids. Everybody okay in here? All right, I'm just checking on y'all, checking the pulse. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of talking, just making sure everybody ain't falling asleep on me. But no, just coming into New Jersey, I thought I was ready. I was all in. Coming in as a rookie, of course, #1 pick, you're going to go to a bad team. Things are okay. Having a decent rookie year, and March comes around, and I break my leg again. And once again, doubts and things start, and on the way to winning Rookie of the Year, and one of you guys local kids can thank me for being hurt again. Mike Miller was able to win Rookie of the Year because I got hurt. So when you guys see Mike, give him a hard time for me, because that was mine. I was supposed to have that trophy in my mom's trophy case, but Mike played well, so he deserved it. Yeah, but no, my rookie year went, like I said, I got hurt again, another setback. But throughout all the injuries and all that early on, like nothing ever deterred basketball. I was gonna do everything I could to get back to the game. So with all that said, like no matter what's going on, you can always get through it. Just look at the bigger picture if you're trying to get back, no matter what it is. Basketball, it can be that. Life is precious, life is great, but if you can come out and play basketball or just do whatever it is, but basketball that was what it was for me. That was my outlet. Um, was able to have a decent career. Most people, being a number one pick, people think I should have done more, but for me, I had a great career. Had a blast. I think I made a name for myself at playing the game the way I like to play it throughout my career. Didn't waver. People appreciated the things that I brought to the game, which I get a lot of pride out of when people tell me that I appreciate the way you played the game. It means a lot. Scoring, rebounds, all of that's great. But when somebody tell you they appreciate the way you played the game, it stands out for me. Like I said, I was able to play, I spent 4 years in Denver, 7 years with the Nuggets, 2 years with the Knicks, 1 year with the Clippers, and had a cup of coffee with the Milwaukee Bucks. Really a cup of coffee. But no, it was a great experience. That was the getting older part. That was me realizing that it was probably time to hang them up. People didn't look at me the same, and the game of basketball, once again, teaches you when it's time to walk away, and that was my walk-away moment. Didn't realize it, didn't like it, but had to respect what the game was telling me, and that it was my walk-away moment. And it was 15 years of great learning experience, great friendships, great teaching moments for me. I grew up a lot, had beautiful kids throughout the process. Haven't mentioned my kids. I have 6 beautiful children, ages from 18 to 1. So I got my hands full, to say the least. But I wasn't traded in for the world. Being able to be there now after 15 years of playing and missing dances here and there, missing recitals, not being able to take the kids to school every day. I missed out on that, but to have that now, I wouldn't trade it in for the world. And to see that the way they look at me now and realize that everything that I've done, I've sacrificed for them, is great. But like I said, the game of basketball has done that. I've learned what basketball can do or can't do. And for you guys, all the high school champions, personal accolades is great. That's a testament to the work that you guys have put in. And it's just the start. You guys are still young. Still a lot of work to do. I know a lot of you young people think you guys are good right now, but there's a lot of work to put in. I thought I was good too when I was a junior and senior in high school. And I challenged, we had a thing at my school, some of the older people, I challenged Jim Jackson and Jamal Mashburn to a game of one-on-one when I was a senior in high school. They was in the NBA scoring 50 a night, so it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I thought I was pretty good, and I realized I had a lot of work to do still. And they let me know then, like, son, you're not ready. No, it's just basketball it's a teaching point in a lot of ways, man. Teamwork, how to listen, how to be coached, how to sacrifice, how to check your ego at the door. It's a lot. It's a lot that comes with it that a lot of people don't look into. People think it's just running around chaos. You know, but there's a lot that comes with this. And I look at it as precious, and I think basketball starts with fundamentals, and you take that throughout life. I teach repetition becomes habit. Repetition becomes habit in life and in sports. If you good repetition, then your habits will be that. And if you got good habits, then the sky is you can be beyond what your dreams are. But for me, it was an outlet. It was a way for me to get out the situation that I was in. Single parent household, youth violence, you name it. I grew up around it. And for me to be standing here in front of you guys, being able to tell my story because of basketball. Because of basketball, I'm able to be here and be able to tell you guys that it's a great game. It's an awesome game. It's a loving game. It's a family game. You can go out in the yard with your mom, your dad, play pickup, whatever the case may be, play horse, whatever it is. It's a great game. It's a great way to build bonds, guys on lunch breaks, 3-on-3 tournaments, whatever you name it. It's a great way to be around the family and to lay back. Right now, I am 41 years old as we speak, and I've had 30 years of great experience with the game. And now it's for me to see I have an 18-year-old son that's about to graduate high school. And for him to be on the doorstep of one of his goals to be able to go to school, and it's great. It's a great accomplishment for him. And to be able to, everything that I've learned throughout my life and basketball, to be able to put into him and my other kids as well. He's the only one that's really, really serious about it. But to put all that into him and to see what he's developing, I'm excited because of basketball. He wants to be an NBA player, so I tell him hard work. It's going to take a lot of hard work, and not because of your last name. I tell him your last name doesn't belong to you. You know, you got to earn that, and I think he understands that. And for him to be where he is now is it's a great thing for him. I'm excited for him. I'm his biggest fan and his biggest critic at the same time. I don't sugarcoat it for him. I let him know the honest to God truth. And I think that's why he is where he is right now, because of basketball. So I really don't have a lot more to you guys. I am an open book. If you guys, I would love to take a Q&A if you guys have time, but I know there's other things you guys have to get to. I am grateful, I am thankful for you guys having me here, to take the opportunity to tell you guys a little bit about myself, my story, about my family, where I'm come from, what I'm about. I'm gonna be around. You guys wanna ask me anything, we can do it now, we can wait, whatever the case may be, but thank you guys once again, man. It means a lot for me to be here. And congratulations to all the personal accolades, the state champions. Continue to work, continue to grind, continue to work hard. Continue to listen to your parents, continue to keep God first. School, of course, but just continue to work. Whatever it is, whatever you guys are doing, continue to work, continue to grind at it, and the sky's the limit for you guys. But just keep your head down and grind. That's what it's all about in life. Thank you guys very much.
See if anybody's got any questions, if you want to hang out for a minute. And we do have a few minutes here. If anybody does have a question for Kenyon, let us know. We'll bring you a microphone and he can answer it. Anybody out there? Not that I can see with the...
The question is, where's my son go to school? And I have no idea. He's waited, like a few schools early on wanted him to make a decision early on, but we wanted to wait the process out for reasons that's going on now. There's a few more schools that's coming into the picture. So he has some good offers. He has West Virginia, Nevada, Oregon State, Florida, Arizona State. So we got some decent schools to choose from. So we'll see here soon. Sweet. Nothing. The truth about Bob Huggins. I don't think we had that much time. No, great guy. Those that know him love him. Those that don't, hard to stomach at times. But without Coach Huggins, man, I wouldn't be here. And that's the honest to God truth. He stayed, like I said, he stuck with me when a lot of people pulled out, and he could have easily done the same. But he believed in me, and he told me what it was, man, and he brought me in, and me not having a father growing up, he was that father figure at 18 that I probably was looking for that I needed. I needed tough love at the time. I needed somebody to be on me, needed somebody to get the best out of me, and Bob Huggins did that. So I tell people all the time, like, oh, you went to the University of Cincinnati? No, I went to the University of Bob Huggins. Oh, who's going to win the Final Four? I don't know, but if you guys pick Gonzaga, then your bracket is over. I hate to be the one to tell you guys, but yeah, I don't fill out brackets. Honestly, I think it's a waste of time. I just like watching the games, watching good basketball, and may the best team win, which sometimes happens, sometimes don't. But I don't waste time filling out the bracket. I like just
College or NBA better?
I like March Madness. The best. I think it's the best time of year for basketball. The finals, but I think March Madness is the best time it gets for basketball. It gives so many opportunities, for kids that will never be seen at some time unless you're in that local area scene, and they get to be on the biggest stage because it's on national television, and you never know. You never know what could happen in March Madness. So it's a great time of year.
I know you were in the NBA for
Yeah.
a lot of years, but how big of a difference was it going overseas for that one season mid-career?
Oh, my trip to China. So during my 2012, 2013 season, I think it was, or 2011, 2012, there was a lockout. Decided to go in China to play. I was there for 3 months. It was an experience. It was different. Had everything laid out for me. I was kind of a diva. So, yeah, I was used to certain things being a certain way, being in the NBA for so long, that for me to go, I had to have certain things in place, and they accommodated. So it was a short stint. My kids got to come to China, which was a plus. They got to come visit. I was back home by Christmas. It was an experience though, but it wasn't for me. No, I wanted to play. I wanted to keep playing, but I had been through a few injuries up to that point. I had 2 microfracture surgeries. I had my patella repaired. I had been through a few things, so I had missed a lot of time playing. So I wanted to play. So I just wanted to keep playing, and didn't know when the NBA season was going to start back, and so I decided to go to China. It was a business decision. What team and player? Wow. Team I dreaded playing probably would have been, well, probably didn't dread it because it brought the best out of me, but the San Antonio Spurs was a thorn in my side, man. Finals and my Denver days, we played them in a few playoffs a few times, and that one year with the Clippers, we ran into them again in the second round. So my experience with the San Antonio Spurs is not the best. No player really. Players that got the best out of me each night, knew it. The Tim Duncans, the Dirk Nowitzkis, the Kobe Bryants, those guys bring the best out of you. So you don't dread playing against those guys. You look forward to it. Thanks for the compliment, and you made me feel old. Pictures up on your wall. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some great portraits. Same intensity as I played with. I would Russell Westbrook, um, Patrick Beverly. Same just intensity. I like Miles Bridges as a young guy. I like him. His athleticism, his tenacity. But yeah, I like I like Russ. I like Giannis. I think Giannis plays with the same kind of, that we're not friends out here, and I love it. I'm not, don't take this the wrong way. I'm a sore loser. I understand sportsmanship, but after a loss, I'm not gonna shake your hand after a loss. That's just me. Now, I'm not telling you guys to do it. Please listen, shake hands. But if you watch a guy like Russell Westbrook after a game, he never shakes hands. It's just, I'm not your friend. And I get it. Like, we just got done competing and you won, so we can go to dinner after I get out of the shower, but when the clock strikes 0, it's still fresh. Like, I need time to digest how we lost. Like, so I get it. I preach it to my son all the time. Listen, great sportsmanship. Do this, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Don't do what I did, do what I say. So, no, but this for me, I hate losing. I understand losing, but I try to win at everything. I'm the ultra competitor when it comes to anything I do. I try to win at. That's probably why I needed to walk away. Yeah, because this NBA probably wouldn't fit my style. Say it again. Michael or LeBron? Wow. It's not a question. It's not a question. Who's the better player? Michael Jordan. Now, like, taking nothing away from what LeBron has accomplished, because he's had a great 15, 16-year run. Nothing off of it, taking nothing off of it. But for me, it's just, you look at the way Mike approached the game. For me, it comes down to mentality. It's all about your approach. It's all about your approach for me. It's like LeBron is a great player. He's made everybody around him better with everything. But if you had to rank them, I'm going with Mike, then Kobe, Shaq. No, LeBron's a great basketball player, man. We share the same birthday. Not many people knew that. Nah, I was born first. No. You know, I got a birthday with a few good guys.
You surprised the Lakers?
No, I'm not surprised. Not surprised about the Lakers. I said it when they put the roster together this past summer. It was going to be a struggle. Great players. I'm friends with a lot of the guys. Nothing personal against them. Just wasn't the right mix of guys. The same problem we had in Denver. We had good players in Denver, but we never had a good team. If that makes sense. You know, you can just get pieces because they seem like they fit, but you got to put a team together in order to be successful. You know, and putting a team together is important, not just putting pieces together. And I think that's what the Lakers did. They just put pieces together. Yeah, they tried to get rid of the pieces that they picked. Yeah, and now Luke's going to lose his job when he didn't pick the talent. It's unfortunate, but not my problem. Best teammate? Best teammate, I would probably say Marcus Camby, Tyson Chandler, just like they approach, not just basketball, but overall approach. Things that they bring to the table, things they bring to the locker room, to the community. Yeah, one of those guys. That's it. I'm gonna be around, so thank you guys once again, man. It means a lot.